You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't, maybe.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. Nothing to the table for me.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna break down what he said after the press conference with Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying, with some of the questions regarding Benavidez and the stipulations that he has on why or how he'll be able to make that fight come into fruition. I'm gonna break it down systematically. So if you don't watch the whole video in the comments, or you say something in the comments that is not applicable to what I said, you're just gonna get ignored. You feel me? So let's get right to it, man. Oh, also too, I'm gonna be going live. You know, I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes more than that. Most of the times more than that. But I'm also going live every day. But definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today I will be doing a live stream. So come through and debate me, man, and you know, so present your arguments. You know, we could discuss it. You know, I'll pull you up on stream. You join the Discord and let's get it popping.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. PG, NG, Praise God to get money, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Y'all know what it is. The doctor's in the house. Hey, today we got a lot of news to cover. So look, man, you know, it's the face of boxing himself. Oh, Cinnamon, Mr. Canelo Alvarez. Saul Alvarez, man. Y'all know I'm very fond of the man. You know what I'm talking about? He's, in my opinion, he's one of the all-time greats, but that doesn't mean anybody's infallible. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I critique everybody equally. That's what we do. We bring you unfiltered, fair, and raw reactions to what's going on in the boxing world and the boxing news, man. So today, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna break down what he said after the press conference with Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying, with some of the questions regarding Benavidez and the stipulations that he has on why or how he'll be able to make that fight come into fruition. I'm gonna break it down systematically. So if you don't watch the whole video in the comments, or you say something in the comments that is not applicable to what I said, you're just gonna get ignored. You feel me? So let's get right to it, man. Oh, also too, I'm gonna be going live. You know, I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes more than that. Most of the times more than that. But I'm also going live every day. But definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today I will be doing a live stream. So come through and debate me, man, and you know, so present your arguments. You know, we could discuss it. You know, I'll pull you up on stream. You join the Discord and let's get it popping. But yeah, so first things first, man. The man said, Canelo Alvarez. This is what he said right here.
Mike Tyson said you need to fight him. Is there any pressure?
I don't need to fight anybody. I don't need to prove anybody anything, because I remember when this happened with Golovkin. I don't need to prove anything with anybody.
He said he has to prove nothing, right? And some people are taking this out of context. Oh, you need to retire. If you don't want to prove nothing in boxing, then you don't need to box anymore.
What? What?
Huh?
That nigga's tripping.
It makes me feel like, bro, have you never earned anything in your life? You know what I'm saying? If you never competed and earned something, he doesn't mean that he doesn't have to box anymore, doesn't have to do anything. He's saying that at this point of his career, he's done what needs to be done as far as becoming a champion. Hello, he is undisputed, so he could pick his challenges how he sees fit. He doesn't have to fight and do what other people say. So I'm gonna give you an example. I have my PhD in engineering. I have my doctorate, my PhD in sustainable energy engineering with a focus on heat transfer thermodynamics. So when I was going first for grad school, when I was going for my bachelor's degree, right? You know, I had to do what my professors told me. When I was going for my master's, I had to work on the projects that my professors and my advisors told me. When I went for my PhD, I was able to choose the projects that I manned, that I did, that I researched. You see what I'm saying? That I executed. So the point is that it's not that I didn't get to. It's not that I'm a person that wants to challenge myself academically. So it's not that I didn't do anything challenging again. No, I just got to pick the specific challenges that I administered. You see what I'm saying? I got to pick the specific challenges that I wanted to partake in, the specific projects that I wanted to lead. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Canelo means by that. He's saying that, hey, I don't have to prove anything anymore. I don't have to do what other people say. I'm my own man. I'm here now. I have the chance. I'm undisputed. I could pick who I want to fight. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing for boxing. Of course, we want to see the best fight the best, but I'm telling you that's what it means. Don't interpret it and misinterpret things how you want because how you see fit. And like I said, I always say, just because somebody's not fighting who you want them to fight or do what they want you to do does not mean they're ducky. I'm not saying that. He's not ducky. ducking Canelo now. I'm not saying that Canelo's not ducking Benavidez. I'm just giving you, breaking down what he said. So let's go on to the next thing. He said that this only scenario which will fight Benavidez is for 150 million to 200 million. Let's do him.
He's nothing to offer me money, you know. I'm the one. But if one promoter who I work and say I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
All right, so let's break that down with common sense once again. Let's look at this fight. I want to show y'all something. You know, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. That's an exorbitant amount of, that's an exorbitant fee. You know, I'm talking about to fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? But however, you got to think of this man is already the cash cow in the face of boxing. So what's a lot of money to us might not be a lot of money to him. You see what I'm saying? So look at Floyd Mayweather, who was the last cash cow, who I think is the greatest of all time. He didn't duck nobody, brought all the smoke, but even people accused him of ducking. But anyway, it's not about Floyd. It's about Canelo. But so he's the best. He's the greatest fighter of all time. And look how much money he made on his biggest fights. You know what I'm saying? This is by ESPN and this is by Forbes. They say he made 250 for Pacquiao, I believe, and then 275 million for Conor McGregor. It could have been vice versa. I'm gonna show the graphics right here anyway, so check it out. So I'm not talking about how he made it. I'm not talking about with revenue and pay-per-view splits. I'm just talking about that's how much he made. So when Canelo asked for 150 and 200 million or 200 million, that's not completely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's not completely out of the ballpark for him. I think it's ridiculous for David Benavidez because I'm gonna tell you why I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous because in my opinion, Canelo is not the star that Floyd Mayweather was. He's not that. He's not there yet. You know, I think he's very close to it, and he's definitely the cash cow now in the face of boxing now. But what Floyd Mayweather was a movement. I think Canelo is probably the second biggest name in boxing historically, you know what I'm saying, as far as money generation goes, or revenue generation goes. So with Canelo saying that he wants to be up in the Floyd range where Floyd fought Pacquiao. Now the difference is Floyd and Pacquiao, that was a fight of a century. You know, Canelo and Benavidez is a great fight. It's not the fight of the century. You know what I'm saying? It's not there's other fights that challenge it. You know, Floyd and Pacquiao was by far beyond better than any other boxing fight that could be made at that point in time. You know, Canelo Benavidez, in my opinion, is the best fight that can be made. But you can make an argument that Bivol and Beterbiev is just as good. You know what I'm saying? You can put that up there. You can argue that Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney is just as good. You can argue that Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis is just as good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So so Floyd and Pacquiao so far below, above and beyond, nobody could compare to that. Canelo and Benavidez to me is the best fight in boxing. But Beterbiev and Bivol's close. Tank and Devin Haney's close. Shakur and even Shakur and Devin Haney's close. Shakur and Tank is close. So you know what I'm saying? That's why people argue that Gervonta is the face of boxing. I don't think so. I think he's behind Canelo, to be honest. But you know, you can make an argument. So that breaks down that right there. So he's not saying that, oh, I'm not going to fight him. He's saying that if some promoters give me the right amount of money, then I'll fight him tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So people are saying that he's ducking. How can you duck somebody if you're saying that you will fight him under these conditions? Now, if you want to say that these conditions are extreme and they're not going to happen, well, I mean, I don't think that's true because we have seen something like that before, which is why I brought up Floyd. Now, the other thing that he said was that David Benavidez brings nothing to the table. Check out the footage.
The only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
All right, so he says that David Benavidez brings nothing to the table for him. So people are saying, oh, what do you mean brings nothing to the table? He brings a challenge, he brings a bump up, and then he's a mandatory. Yes, you're correct. And I think he should fight his mandatory. Once again, I think he should fight his mandatory. Another time, I think he should fight his mandatory because I want to see David Benavidez and Canelo fight. However, he's not saying he brings nothing to the table at all. He's saying specifically for him. He doesn't bring, so meaning when he says that David Benavidez has done nothing in the sport, he's not saying that David Benavidez is a nobody. He's saying that compared to his boxing record, compared to his journey through boxing, compared to Canelo's resume, David Benavidez fails in comparison because Canelo has Hall of Famers, multiple Hall of Famers. Floyd, Sugar Shane, Miguel Cotto, just off the top of my head, you know, he has a trilogy with Triple G. Benavidez doesn't have that type of boxing record yet. So when David Benavidez goes and establishes his own legacy, which I think he's on the trail to do so, and especially when he's going to fight Bostic, so salute to him because I like David Benavidez a lot. That's what he's saying. He's saying that he's not saying that Benavidez hasn't accomplished anything. He's saying relative to Canelo, David Benavidez has not accomplished anything. So let's be very clear about this stuff. Especially, you know, the man is speaking English too. You know, so that translation there, you want to get lost in the sauce. No, you just being ignorant and you want to apply and what's the word? Project your own feelings upon the next man. No, take it for what it is and break it down like I'm doing now. Don't put your own personal bias into it. So that's another thing. And the other thing he said, he only brings 25 pounds More, he only brings 25 pounds more on fight night.
These biscuits.
People say, oh, well, he fought at light heavyweight. Well, they're not fighting at light heavyweight. You see what I'm saying? They would be fighting at 168. So if you're preparing yourself to go up to light heavyweight and fight Bivol and Kovalev, and you anticipate them to be heavier than you, which is 25 pounds, is the difference between light heavyweight and super middleweight is 7 pounds, because 168, 175. So it's not 25 pounds anyway. So if you want to be literal, you don't choose when you're literal. You know what I'm saying? Be literal or don't. So basically, you can come in and rehydrate even higher than that, of course, which we know all fighters do. But the point is that don't be nitpicky when convenient. Say the whole argument. So that's the difference there. So we say he doesn't bring any money to him. He doesn't offer Canelo anything, because Canelo's the A-side. He doesn't offer. He's the cash cow. He's the one that proved himself. So that's what I'm saying right there, man. So now that's me talking about Canelo now and interpreting it. Now this is the part where Canelo messed up, in my opinion. Canelo said he's not going to fight any Mexicans. Now if you want to argue, oh, David Benavidez his mother's Ecuadorian and his father's Mexican, so he's not full Mexican. No, he's Mexican and Ecuadorian. You know, I'm Nigerian and Jamaican. I'm not Nigerian or Jamaican. So if somebody says they don't want to fight Nigerians, I would also be included in that, because I'm Nigerian and Jamaican and American, you know what I'm saying? So him saying that he doesn't want to fight Mexicans, that includes David Benavidez and Jaime Munguia. So he's fighting Jaime Munguia. It's like, dang, how come we don't fight David Benavidez? So that's where he kind of messes up right there, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it like it is. And then also another part where he messes up, where he says that David Benavidez hasn't done anything in the sport relative to him. Yeah, so that's his reason for not fighting Benavidez, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. However, you cannot tell me David Benavidez hasn't accomplished anything, but Jaime Munguia has.
So this fight with Jaime Munguia, you need to respectful, because this fight is more important than other fights. More important than other fights.
No.
More important than other fights.
Canelo, what we doing? Who you fooling? So now, if you want to say about the disrespect thing and all that stuff, the back and forth between the Team Alvarez and Team Benavidez, that's between them, you know what I'm saying? I hear it, I see it and stuff like that. I can't tell another man how to feel, you know what I'm saying, in regards to disrespect and insults or whatever. And it seems like Munguia and Canelo are very respectful in their dealings with each other and their admiration for each other. So that's cool, you know. Canelo and Munguia clearly looks up to Canelo as you know, has adulation there, and he looks up to him, very revered. So maybe Canelo very much appreciates that, you know what I'm saying. But that's contradictory, you know what I'm saying, as it is. So I think, but what it goes back to what I'm saying about Canelo feeling like he doesn't have to prove anything. Not saying that he doesn't want to challenge himself. He also said he wants to challenge himself. But he wants to be, he has the right to pick his challenges. You know what I'm saying? It's not a free-for-all anymore. He already passed that point of his career. You see what I'm saying? And that's what he means by that. So don't misconstrue people's words. It's like Floyd. When Floyd fought Andre Berto, yeah, he could have fought Errol Spence, but he passed that point of his career. He doesn't have anything to prove. He can fight who he wants. He picks the challenges that he wants, because he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Canelo's quite there yet, but he's very close to what Floyd is. And people could say, oh, well, you know, I blame such and such for this certain era, or Floyd in this era of boxing. No, I still like boxing. People still like boxing. You don't like boxing, and you want to control people too much, man. That's the thing about people, man. Stop trying to control what other people do. If you don't like the fight against Munguia, don't watch it. But you know what? You know it's a good fight, so you're gonna watch it. You see what I'm saying? Just like me. Jaime Munguia and Canelo's a good fight. Is it the best fight? No, Benavidez and Canelo's the best fight, like I said before in the previous video. However, that doesn't change that Munguia versus Canelo is still a good fight, man. So that's all I want to say. That's all I want to break down to y'all, man. Like I said, come to the stream, and I'm not all Team Canelo, you know, because I like Canelo a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I will say this too. If you're not gonna say Canelo's ducking, I don't want to hear anything about Tank ducking, even Devin Haney ducking, or anybody else ducking. Don't, you know what I'm saying? No, nobody's ducking if Canelo's not ducking. You see what I'm saying? But I personally don't believe he's ducking. I'm not one of those that say he's ducking. I think that he's choosing his own destiny. It might be very convenient for him. You know what I'm saying? But to say that that he's, because to me ducking implies scared, and just because you're not fighting somebody that we want you to fight, I don't think that's a duck. You know what I'm saying? Like Terrence Crawford. There's no way. If Canelo's not ducking Benavidez, there's no way that Terrence Crawford's ducking boots. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta at least be consistent with your fandom and your fanboy stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, that's how I feel about that, man. Come to the stream. later on tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come tell me your point of the argument. But yeah, I just want to break down what Canelo said systematically and effectively, because some people are misinterpreted conveniently to manipulate the narrative or push their own narrative. And just because the man says that David Benavidez brings nothing to the table, he has nothing to prove left to the boxing world, that doesn't mean that he's not accepting challenges, doesn't want to take challenges. He's just not taking the one that you want, which I do want him to fight Benavidez. And hey, he looking a little shaky, baby. You know what I'm talking about? He looking a little, so people say he's ducking, that is what it is, man. Say what you want. But we're not going to ignore facts. We're not going to manipulate facts. We're not going to change what he says. When he said that he has nothing to prove, he has nothing to prove to people because he already done that. He doesn't have to do what other people say. People tell him to do. He doesn't. If he wants to fight somebody, if he's going to fight Benavidez, then he's going to do it for the right amount of money. And he's talking about upwards of, in the Floyd Mayweather spectrum of money, with the 200 million. So I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. Like I said, if you do not watch the whole video, I will know from the way that you responded to in some of the comments, and I'll just ignore you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch the video and hear everything I say. I got a lot of stuff to say. I'm very loquacious. I'm talking about futures and studios. I keep it funky. You heard, man? Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We out. Remember, with God, you can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.